To work safely around high voltage, low voltage, and mechanical equipment, you need to know where you and others in the working party can and cannot be. Being in the wrong place too close to live voltage and other hazards is dangerous and even deadly. So Ørsted uses various types of demarcation to make it clear to you where it's safe to work. In this module, we will cover the basic means to mark safe zone of work, whether and when demarcation is used, and who makes the decisions about setting up, moving or modifying demarcation equipment and signs.
Click Next to continue.
At times, Ørsted makes use of demarcation systems, which are designed as a marker or indicator of where the safe zone of work is. A senior authorised person carries out a site-specific demarcation risk assessment to determine which forms of demarcation are most appropriate. At Ørsted's wind farm onshore worksites, you will often see several types of demarcation used. For one, there are yellow cones with various coloured sleeves, green, blue and purple. They're used to demarcate safe work areas, which we refer to as a zone of work. The colours of the sleeves on the cones signal different things, such as what sort of access there is within the area. Yellow and black chains are also used. A variety of prohibition and warning signs are used to communicate information or instructions. So let us quickly remind you about prohibition and warning signs. The prohibition sign is a sign prohibiting behaviour likely to increase or cause danger. For example, no access. These are mandatory action signs. The warning sign is a sign that gives warning of a hazard or danger. For example, a danger energised sign. These signs will be displayed prominently and in compliance with the safety rules. As an Ørsted-trained person or Ørsted-trained competent person, you will often see 3 signs. An access point notice will be posted by the entry. It marks access and egress for a demarcated area and includes the Ørsted-trained competent person's name and contact information, as well as the date the access goes into effect. Persons and Ørsted-trained competent person will also often see electrical danger notices. These are posted on items of high voltage or low voltage equipment adjacent to the designated work area to warn of potential danger. And mechanical danger notices are posted on items of mechanical equipment adjacent to the work area where there is a potential safety risk. In certain situations, one of 2 forms of screening can be used to warn of danger from electricity or other hazards. We'll take a more detailed look at permit for work and limitation of access demarcation later in this module.
Click Next to continue.
So, who makes the decisions about demarcation? It is a senior authorised person or authorised person who is responsible for setting up, moving or modifying any demarcation equipment at a given worksite. If there are any changes in the demarcation, a senior authorised person or authorised person must either personally do it or provide uninterrupted supervision. However, when work is underway, it's permissible for the safety document recipient to upright a cone or reaffix a chain that has accidentally fallen to the ground. Furthermore, it's down to the senior authorised person's judgment as to whether demarcation is used at all. Demarcation is not always utilised. It depends on where it's practical or of benefit in achieving safety from the system. For example, when work's being done on a turbine, cones could blow down or away, and when demarcation is used, the zones are made as small as possible, but large enough to suit the task at hand. A senior authorised person or authorised person must always interpret the specific situation in deciding how to most effectively ensure the safety of the people working on site.
Click Next to continue.
Here's what demarcation looks like when a site is under a permit for work safety document. After assessing the safety measures needed for the task and assessing the site, the senior authorised person or authorised person will mark the perimeter of the designated zone of work area with yellow cones and a black and yellow chain. The chain must be kept approximately half a metre or 2 feet above ground level. Approximately a metre or 3 feet inside the work area, the senior authorised person or authorised person will place yellow cones bearing green sleeves to mark where the safety zone is. When you, as an Ørsted trained person or Ørsted trained competent person, see the green colour, you will know you'll be working in an area where dangers have been neutralised. The senior authorised person or authorised person marks the access point to the zone of work with yellow cones bearing purple sleeves. The cones are placed a metre or 3 feet apart. By the entrance, the senior authorised person or authorised person places the access point notice restricting all except the working party from entering. The notice includes the Ørsted trained competent person's name and contact information. The clearly marked entrance guides the working party to the safe place for access to and egress from the zone of work area. The work area must not be entered at any point, and the yellow and black chain must be treated as if it were a physical barrier or wall. This prevents the working party from inadvertently mistaking the safe working area with an unsafe area. In addition, warning signs indicating potential danger from electrical or mechanical equipment may be posted, and other warning or prohibition signs could be utilised if needed.
Click Next to continue.
Now let's look at typical demarcation used at a site under a limitation of access safety document. After assessing the task and work site, the senior authorised person or authorised person will mark the perimeter of the zone of work area with yellow cones and a yellow and black chain. The chain must be approximately a half metre or 2 feet above the ground. Approximately a metre or 3 feet inside the work zone boundaries, the senior authorised person or authorised person places a yellow cone with blue sleeves. As a member of the working party, you know that these cones are designating the work area where the work has been limited, as defined by the senior authorised person or authorised person. The senior authorised person uses yellow cones with purple sleeves, placed no more than a metre or 3 feet apart, to mark the access point to the zone of work area. An access point notice is posted by the entrance, limiting access to only those in the working party. The name and contact information of the Ørsted trained competent person in charge of the task will be on the notice. The members of the working party must pay attention to and respect the clearly marked entrance. It is a guide to the safe place to enter and leave the work area. You must not enter the work area at another place, and you must treat the yellow and black chain as if it were a physical barrier or wall. It prevents you from mistaking an unsafe area for a safe zone of work. In addition, signs warning of potential danger from electrical or mechanical equipment may be posted around the work site where necessary.
Click Next to continue.
Before work begins at a site, the Ørsted trained competent person and the senior authorised person or authorised person will stand by the access point and discuss all of the demarcation erected as part of the process leading to the handover of the safety document. From there, the senior authorised person or authorised person can point out all of the means of demarcation used and explain the reasons for them. Then, when work is ready to begin or underway, a person in the working party wanting to access the area must first check with the Ørsted trained competent person to understand what the demarcation means.
Click Next to continue.